All right, let's go back to the next question here. Doom, MF Doom bot. My man is one of the biggest MF Doom fans they are. If you guys don't know who MF Doom was, he was a legendary rapper. He's like every MC's favorite MC kind of a dude, or one of their favorites, like deep MCs who give credit to, like, pioneer genius. That's who MF Doom was, if case you don't know. But he asked the questions: what innovations would you like to see in a simulation sports gaming during this new generation? I would like to see, if you would say innovations, right? When you say innovations, obviously we're talking about something that we haven't seen yet. I would like to see there be more more of a premium placed on the audio presentation, to a point where playing it and listening to it, you actually get something out of it, and it's not skippable or something that people would just as soon turn their Spotify on and listen to it if the game allows. I think right now, most of the sports games, from an audio standpoint, the presentation just isn't really. And some of them are better than others. Like Madden's a little bit better, especially now. MLB The Show is has been the same for like the last 12 years. I mean, like Matt Vasgersian and those guys say like the same stuff they've been saying forever. It's pretty deep when you think about all of the references that they make, but it's been the same, bro, for so long. And I think that's something that definitely needs to change on their end. NBA 2K does, I think, the best job of trying to innovate in that space by having multiple announce teams. And I would really like to see that. One thing and I don't know if you want to call this an innovation, but one thing that I would like to see is, I would like to see them move away. That I would like to see them do is go away from using like the big name announcers and commentators. I really don't think it matters, honestly. And I've said this before in other situations, but they go and you go get the Mac Excursions guys, and those guys, and I don't have anything against him. I think he's fantastic. I think his voice is dope and everything. But the problem is you really don't get the benefit of having a person as talented or as well known as them. Or at least the benefit only lasts you about the first 3 days that you play the game, because the more successful and the more well known the announcer is, usually the more expensive they are to license or to get, and the less time they have to devote to your project from an audio standpoint, right? So what that means is, you're not going to more than likely be able to get that person to come in and to just record new content. You're not going to be able to do that, right? So you're going to have to get this person in, have them come in for 4 days and just record a ridiculous amount of lines, and you just hope you got enough to fill in the gaps, but you're not going to, because there's just not going to be enough new stuff there. It's impossible. Now, Madden did something like that with Brandon Gowden and Charles Davis. I think they come in like every 3 or 4 weeks or something, and they record information. But here's an idea, and I guess this is from an innovation standpoint. I would like to see EA, 2K, whoever's making sports games, literally hire an announcer or an announcers, and they are just a part of the development team. Their job is to be there in the office, however many times or however often they need them there, and you literally pay them a salary, not like a contract. So they're a part of the audio development team. They are the voice talent, and you have them on payroll, and their job is to be there to record the lines on a weekly basis, or however frequently you can update the game from an audio standpoint. I think having that presence and that freshness constantly injected into the game would be so awesome. And I think what would end up happening is, while we're worried about, or why they may be worried about, the notoriety of the commentator, these commentators will really actually be gaining notoriety themselves, and it would be more of a homegrown star sort of a thing for each one of these different people, right? You can hire all, 3 or 4 people to be a part of this team. This will allow you to do like the in studio stuff that we'd like to see from a presentation standpoint, especially when we're talking about Madden. And you're essentially building your own stars. NFL 2K did this a long time ago, where they basically had Dan Keith, and I forget the other guy's name in NFL 2K, and then they were in the All Pro 2K. And we got to know those guys from the game. So I don't see any reason why you couldn't do that now. I think it makes a lot more sense from an economic standpoint. And I also think that it would make the game itself a lot better. So, that's the way I'm looking at that. So from an innovation standpoint, I guess that would be my answer.